Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to cut a pocket. Okay, now remember, the first thing we're going to do is to mark 1.5. 1.5, especially if you're working with 1 inch allowance. 1.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to curve. So this is 1.5 by 6.5, and my sewing allowance is 1 inch. So what it means is that you need to be half inch bigger than your sewing allowance. Okay. So this is it. So the next thing you're going to do is to fold your fabric for the pockets. So for this, I'm using a plain taffeta fabric because the fabric is not enough. If the fabric is enough, is the best. So here I measure the 9 inches, and then I'm trimming off the base because it's not equal, and I'll measure 12.5. You can decide to make the width of your pocket to be 10 inches, but for this tutorial I marked 9 inches, but I will advise if you make yours 10. Okay, I'm going to place back the cutout, and then I'm going to trim. I'll trim the curve here and then trim the sides. I'll go ahead to notch. Very important. All right, I'll remove the cutout, and then our pocket will be 4 if you count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to only pick 2, and then cut out the curve of my pocket. Just 2. Just 2. Alright. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to now give my pocket a shape. So from the curve, I'll mark 3.5 here, and then stretch it all the way to the base, and then I'll cut. So this is me giving my pocket my preferred shape. For here, I'm going to mark curvy by 1.5, just the same way I marked the pocket curve 1.5. This curve allows your pocket to be independent so that it doesn't drag with the seam allowance. And here I'm going to curve my pocket because I love the shape. So it's personal. You can leave yours to be blocked. You can leave yours the shape that you want. The next thing I'm going to do is to notch, especially when you're working with an extra fabric like taffeta, which is soft and light. Please notch. It guides you greatly when you're joining. I've indicated all the back sides, and then I'm going to pieces it out so that you can see how you can join it. So this goes with this, the front facing the front and the back looking at you. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to show you how to do the facing, because you wouldn't want to just fix it like that. You want to do the facing. This facing looks, when you're done doing it, you will find out that it looks better and also fits in and blend in very well. Unless you want your pocket to be black, you can decide to leave it like that. But then you have to do a more solid fabric. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to place it and then fold one side. Okay, and then you will just see what I'm doing. Cut, fold, and then I'm going to go to the machine to join. Now I'm done joining. All right, and then I'm going to now curve. Remember that the main fabric here is the taffeta, the black taffeta. The rest, so when I'm trimming off, I'm going to still use the shape of my main pocket fabric, which is the taffeta. Okay, the rest is just a trim that needs to go off. Now this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to show you what I've been doing so far. In your facing, remember, I'm going to set it. This is the 1.5 that we cut out on the pocket, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing. So this is how your facing will have to stay. So what it simply means is that this thing that you're going to call facing will have to be wide, especially for this part. Okay. Then for this part, it also have to be wide enough to cover at least 2 to 2.5 inch of this line. I'm going to show you what I mean. you see that line, it has to, your facing, that's the fabric you're going to use to face, is going to be wide enough so that if you fix it, you won't be seeing that black fabric. That's simply what I'm showing you here. All right. So when you're wearing the pocket, you won't be seeing. So it has to be more than this, like 2 inches at most. Then for the other one, at least it has to be more than 3 inches, so that if you're wearing it, nobody will be seeing the black fabric. So you'll go ahead to now, you see where I chalked, that's where I will close. But first of all, I will join my pockets. So I'll pick this and join. I joined it by 1/4 inch, not more than 1/2 inch. The next thing I'm going to do is to top stitch. And when I'm top stitching, my top stitch will face this side. I've done top stitching. You could see where my top stitching is facing, please. That's where it should face. And then I will iron. Once you top stitch, it allows it to naturally blend and you will iron it down. The next thing I'm going to do is take out the other one, and then the way I'm marking is what I'm going to sew. I will lift it up and go to the machine and sew and then weave. Yeah, I'm done sewing it and I'm done weaving it. You see, I see it. I lifted it up so that you don't go and match it on the men trouser. I will hold it down here so that it can be held down properly. So this is how you do your pocket. Very simple. If you have anything or any question, just let me know and I'll be more than willing to answer in the comment section. Bye.